Diary, hello. It's the 9th of October 2019, and you catch me in the study here and doing some what I call winter bicycle planning. Now, we live in a very compact house here in England, and having moved from Switzerland, the weather is, well, let's just say, not what it was. So I've got a strategy now, which is to have two sets of clothing, the summer clothing and the winter clothing. And the weather's got to the point where I'm going to have to switch from one to the other. So I just thought I'd go through this kind of rather mundane situation and explain why we do what we do. So we have two different sets of clothing, or I have two different sets of clothing. The winter clothing, which tends to be thermal, and the summer clothing, which isn't shorts like most people would choose, because I have an affliction against direct sunlight. So I tend to have long trousers, but I try to get them as thin as possible, which, believe you me, is not an easy thing these days. So let's just have a quick look at what we've got on the right. These are all the cycling trousers that I've got. So I'm currently still using these Decathlon trousers, which are full length trousers, but they're extremely thin. So you can see they're paper thin. So they don't really keep you very warm during the summer, but they do provide good protection from the sun, and also, incidentally, good protection if you crash. So what I normally do at the end of the summer is I had looked through them, and indeed we have a situation here where these trousers are paper thin. I don't think you can see that, but you see the material's been washed so many times and maybe been knelt on a few times when I've been cleaning my bicycle that it's really had it. So really this has got to go. These trousers are from Decathlon and are cheap as chips, and also not available anymore, which I suppose is a bit of a problem. So I've had to go a bit up market, and by the way, these trousers are single piece trousers, whereas these trousers are from DHB. DHB is the house brand of Wiggle, as you probably all know. So Wiggle is one of the largest mail order companies in the UK for cycle and sports clothing. These things come in at, say, like £20, let's say, if they were available. These trousers cost about £50. And what do you get for your money? Well, the quality of the pad is better, the materials are much more luxurious, and rather annoyingly they have a zip. I say annoyingly because a zip to me is just an extra thing to go wrong, and when the zip does go wrong, you're basically a bit screwed. You have to sort of throw the trousers away. So I prefer them not to have a zip and have a slightly more difficult, putting on process. Anyway, these have got a zip, didn't have a choice. And it's got these are DHB flashlight trousers, meaning they've got this reflective area here, so they're good for cycling when it's a bit darker. So that's kind of all the summer clothing. So I've got two boxes here. This is the box that I would use for a day-to-day cycling, and this is the box that's put away because we have limited space in this house, so this box gets put away and this box gets put back into the cupboard. So these guys are being put away. I'll keep this for the moment because it's a bit thicker and can be used on a moderately sunny day in October, let's say. So let's move on to the winter clothing. Again, there's different sort of quality factors. This is the cheapo ones from Decathlon. Again, I don't think many of these are made anymore. They've kind of gone a bit up market, Decathlon, and I can't find this superbly entry-level style of clothing. The difference between the cheap lines in Decathlon and the expensive lines in Decathlon, and let's say from other vendors, is just the materials really, and also the pad. On the cheap trousers, the pad is rather unsatisfactory. And bear in mind, of course, for cycling trousers, you don't wear any underwear. That's the rule. So it's kind of important that this is comfortable. It's less comfortable on these trousers, but you can probably see there's a sort of fleecy material here. But it's quite thin, and that's pretty good for October, November. So that's the first one to look at. These are the more expensive Decathlon trousers, say about £50 or £60. And of course, if you go for a branded pair, like a Rafa or a Castello or something like that, you're probably talking between £100 and £150 just for these trousers. And again, rather like the DHB flashlight trousers, they're made of an intricate set of materials all stitched together, whereas the cheap ones are just a single layer. And whilst I appreciate the simplicity, the idea is you've got different thicknesses on different parts of the trouser, which helps you cycle faster. These are also bibs, so they are like this with a zip at the front, making it rather difficult to go to the toilet, but on the plus side keeps you, this area is around your waist, just above your waist, so that's keeping you warm. So there you have it really, winter trousers in, and these are going to the cave for storage. Thanks for watching, Johnny. I hope you understand what we're doing with our cycling wear, and I do a similar for tops as well. I'm just showing you the trousers. Thanks for watching.